Peace, love, and light, everybody. So, this is day one of my new life. Remember how I ended my video yesterday? It's not a new life, it's just the life that I'm continuing to live where I left off last summer when I truly stepped into my power. I would just travel around the city, observe, see where I could be needed, used, see if anybody attracted me, like needed my help. I got stuck with this one particular individual, and I was looking at it through one dial, and that dial was like a twin flame journey. And it's another reason why I don't post much on Facebook anymore. I just, because in my city and the people that are in it, they have no idea about what true alchemy is or what this new age is truly all about. I don't even like to call it a new age, what this new wave of consciousness or narcissism is about. And they think you're using it in a psychological term, and they think my only dial is like I'm a Sagittarius or I am this, I am that. Like, they don't even know that they're my reflection, and that their laugh is there for me. Like when I say something like, usually karma really hits you when you hurt an angelic. And sometimes I'll say it like through a Sagittarius, but they don't even know what I am as a Blu-ray. Like, they just know bad things, not so good things happen to them. Like they have car trouble, they get in accidents, or severely depressed. They don't know what happened to them. It's because you come in and you change the entire situation. And what I learned about this past year was, like, I can't have any attachment to it. Like, I mean, it's synchronized. Come on, Gail. Come on. It's synchronized with the people that I was helping before this person came back. Like, I wasn't supposed to hang around with them too long. I was supposed to just do what I was asked to do, like what they called me for, what they attracted me for, what I attracted them for in my healing journey. And that was it. And I got too hung up on like desires and things of that nature. Like, people tend to not value you, especially when they take your kindness for weakness, and they think that you're always coming back and this and that, but they don't realize like how much grace you have, and you're not them. And that you, in the sense of their personality and this and that, and they're just a true reflection. And they're helping you as much as you're helping them, but they think you're not helping them. They think you're like the worst, and they think you're like the devil in disguise or whatever, because you're catalyzing change in some way, So it's like my day starts off with, because there's always adversity for us. You can call us chosen, Blu-ray. There's many starseeds. You know what we are. Many healers, people here to truth seekers, truth speakers, to awaken, ascended masters even, to help awaken. Like, I believe like Peter's an ascended master, because he is just his own, and he's wise, and he's a very wise Blu-ray. His spirit, or his essence, is incredibly old, like eons and eons old. Like, that's, so they say when the student's ready, the master will come. And I'm so grateful that he's back online. Like, he really helped me with the amnesia and the spell that I was under this past year, of just sticking with one individual and fighting my spirit, fighting my truth. And like, for us, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Like, and it has nothing to do with money. Our currency is our energy, like what we give you, So this old life, which is what I've always lived, but I guess new because I've forgotten about it for a year now, is just me sharing myself with others, and being in the right place where I'm needed. Like, I was listening to this Ram Dass, and it's just kind of like, you're looking for happiness, but it's literally like, he was telling a story about some student, some bhakti student, who asked her guru, because the mind's a tricky thing. You think at first the guru's playing tricks on you. Like, for people that aren't really into spirituality, it would be more like the Doctor Strange thing, where you can't believe the unbelievable because you've never experienced it yourself. So it's just like a concept. So, it's kind of like that. Like, come on. So we alchemize in little ways. We do things that people ask, what they call for. I mean, I've literally had people tell me, I prayed for you. Like, it's gotten down to the point where, like, I prayed for a Sagittarius female. And they were, like, serious. Like, they were an autistic. They were also being used by the occult in my area. And they needed help. They needed my help. And my help was to show them that, yeah, the chosen are more powerful than these people that had to force other people to push their gifts, and to, there's some that aren't out there that see, because they don't know what to do with us now. Like, that's why, like, I can't even go give plasma. I tried so many times. Like, my spirit won't let the blood come out of or the plasma come out of my body. Won't even let them get the needle in my arm for a reason, because it's our currency. Like, literally, like, we are currency at this point. Like, we are so much currency to these morally bankrupt beings, to these beings that, I mean, there's all types of beings, like, and they're all a reflection of us. They're all something that we could dissolve in us. And when you start working on yourself, you realize you are wicked. Like, you've got some wicked ass ways about you, But then you realize, like, when you get into, like, what Peter calls shadow work, I call it, like, deep reprogramming the subconscious, healing the inner child. Like, I believe you can quantum leap and heal with someone, like a twin flame, or like someone you love, or your inner child, and kind of like eternal sunshine for the spotless mind. Like, you can go back to where that core memory was, and you can rewrite it with the person that you love, holding hands with somebody. Like, you're never truly alone. Like, you are truly never alone. The quieter you are, the more you hear the divine. Like, listen. So how I get in touch with the divine is I go and I ride my bike on days like this, or I walk around with my dog, and I just connect with people. I always, it's not like I'm walking up to people, I'm like, hi, how are you? Like, you know how Blu-rays are. We have an essence about us. We also attract the moths, like, don't get it twisted, but we know how to, like, push away from them. I've had some extraordinary experiences happen to me just sitting in the park. I've also had some extraordinary experiences happening to me. That's how I realized I was being followed quite a few different times. By being aware of my surroundings, knowing what my energy attracts. Doesn't mean it's all love and light and these people are all good, you know what I mean? But if they do come to you, they are a reflection of you. They're not like some NPC or some backdrop person that you cast for your movie. They are somebody that they're a part of you that needs healing, that needs a little taste of God, that needs a little taste of the divine. I let my desires get in the way of those things. Like, the person that I was attached to, like, we have a boat together. But once I realized that things are changing out there and I'm not really doing my purpose, I'm not helping anybody, and when I am and I do get to connect with somebody on the boat, it's always kind of like counter-reacted by someone who sees my shine and they don't want me to outshine them, or they think I make it about me or something, when I've had somebody tell me how horrible I am, this individual, and the next minute I go downstairs and I have people running up to me telling me all this great news and telling me what a great person I am. So it was kind of like, egg in your face type moment for that person, whether they were conscious enough to realize it or not. But see, those are the things that we don't need revenge for anymore, though, Chosen. Like, what's revenge? These people are already very sad and miserable, and they want to touch what you have within you, but they can't. Like, they can't. We can't. This is a game that can't be bought or sold. We chose to be here a long time ago. And believe us, it is not like we're chosen by God or something like that. We chose to be here in this time to help awaken consciousness, to help, how do you say it, get rid of the old paradigms and what we thought this was, and all this so-called spiritual community. They're being gate-kept as well. That's why we don't have one anymore. That's why I was praying for Peter to come back. I was like, who do I listen to? Even on some level, like Ram Dass is, come on, what he was connected with, his divinity. I mean, even Steve Jobs and like Mark Zuckerberg and all them went to his Baba, went to his guru. Like, come on, he was a rascal saint, yes, but he was also like giving blessings to people that were possibly divine in some aspect, that did create certain things, because you can look at Facebook and you can look at like the iPhone as a positive and negative. So who knows? So who am I to say that? But I mean, they knew about him. This was no secret. This was something that they could have shared with the world. They tried with their little books or whatever, but they got what they got, and people don't realize just like how serious his Baba was, like how much Ram Dass makes even now that he's dead. Like, what is I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it, but he's just like you and I, walking that narrow path. He had his time with drugs. He had his time in the 60s. He sees everything as an experience. He believes in the Bhakti way, like service is how you get to God. Anger is how you get further away from God. And the longer you stay angry, the longer you are away from divinity. And he's correct about so many things, and he's a great person to listen to. He's an Aries also, so that's one, like he talks about the dials too. One dial away, he's an Aries soul. So you can see how getting his ego and his anger in check was probably very important to him when he first stepped into his first ashram. He's been through a lot of different spiritual ways. And his thing, I believe, was, he was raised by his mother. He was a gay male, and he did have a hard time with acceptance. His father was like this big, like they were not big on feelings. Like, he knows it all. There's not anything that you could have told him that he didn't know about himself. But he openly figured these things out about himself. Like, he knew these things about himself. What made him so special was his authenticity. Like, there wasn't one thing that you could tell him that he didn't know about himself. And that's how we have to be chosen. Like, we have to be able to stay so firm in our nervous system that we can alchemize whatever somebody needs. And that's usually we're going into the dark to bring the light. You ever notice on the days that you're ready to go out, look how the sun's shining? Like, the days that this is your simulation, the days that you're ready, the days that you've rested, you've gotten all your downloads from the divine, from your higher self, and now you're ready to go share it with the world. Like, it's one of those days. It is one of those days. Like, it doesn't matter how many clouds they pump out here. It's your world. Push them away. Push them away. Last year was all sunny for me when I was doing my work. I wouldn't say my work, God's work. When I was with other people, when I was helping other people. I let somebody come in and tell me that, or put judgment on the people that I was helping. Like, it doesn't matter. I can see somebody's essence, their spirit, whether they're deserving because they're asking for it. What's better? The person that knows there's a path and ignores it, says, fuck it, I'll find my own path, or the one that stays on path because they know how dangerous it is to get off path? I would say the one that at least is on a path, period. That knows that how essential the path is. It's the ones that I worry about that don't have a path at all, that aren't on the path at all. Those are the ones that you have to walk away from. We're all experiencing this healing journey in some different aspect. But here's the thing, Blue Rays, we have been so persecuted and traumatized that we need people around us. If we're going to roll with people, which usually we don't, But if we are going to, they have to have a nervous system that matches ours. They have to know how to care for us. They have to know that we will kill them if we have to. We don't want to. That's like the last resort. That's crazy. But they need to know like what kind of energy they're working with. They need to know that they don't have to believe everything we say. They just have to know that it's a possibility. What we're saying to them is a possibility. The miracles that have happened to us that we have made happen. Yes, say it. You've made miracles happen. I mean, it could be like, remember that Aquarius girl that I told you about? As soon as I said goodbye, I knew that it was going to be the catalyst, because she was going to see me as a mirror and she was going to start treating her daughter better, because she knew I wasn't down with that. Her daughter probably told her what it was. She got to see what it was. She got to see a mirror. Maybe she saw my video, who cares? But today I got confirmation that they're back together. And all I said was, that's all I cared about, was that you guys got it together. You know, she mentioned something about trying to manipulate me about some shots or something. I said, well, if you get desperate, get them on your own. Like, I'm glad that it helped. I'm glad that I was that catalyst. But that's where that trickster vibe comes in. They think that because we know how to practice magic, that we're not righteous. We are the righteous. That's why we're allowed to have this. I'm not talking magic with a C, no Harry Potter shit. I'm talking some real shit. We wouldn't be able to wield this sword if it didn't come from the divine. Like, those people, those other people, those M's, whoever they are, those occultists, they have to use tools and rituals and people and sacrifices and all kinds of shit. I know, I've been through it. I've lived through it. We literally only need our thoughts and believe in ourselves. Like, that's it. That is truly it. No doubt. We have to believe in the unfucking believable. And I'm telling you, it's so beautiful what we see happen. Who cares if they never speak to you again? Did the problem mend? I had a situation where this mother and son were going at it so bad that I got involved. Like, I could have been hurt, but I wouldn't have. That's another thing, chosen. They can't kill us. And guess what happened? After that situation, she was kind of like in the same situation as me, like with the M's, but a little worse, like through the church program, like big time, and they took her children and stuff. So she didn't know who I was. She didn't know if she could trust me. I used to get like that a lot. You know, if my discernment was off, or, you know, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be able to feel if they were good or not. Like, some of these people are tricksters. They're very good. They're taught tricksters. You know, they're trained. You know, they know how to get, but I've been through them, so it's learn, teach. So I know that they're going to send them. That's why discernment, I was preaching it for like a whole year. It is so important right now. Like, so incredibly important, because you have to believe in yourself. Like, those people laughing, those people saying this about you, yeah, you're alone, they call you delusional or whatever. I bet they can't get enough of you. I bet they can't get enough of your energy. And I've tried this out. I've tried this with myself. I've tried this with other chosen. Like, give it a week. Watch how they come back. They're not changing anything. They're just going to lie to you so they can get some of your energy, some of your loosh, and then leave. Well, we're going to look how the sun's coming out. Look, we're going to use our loosh today for good. For not even good. Fuck good and bad. Fuck that shit. We're going to use it for our mission. And who knows who I run into. I can't wait to tell you guys the story. But that quote really hit me hard 3 weeks ago. Giving up your mission for a romantic love, which is silly as it is. You know, once is a Blu-ray. We're scientists also. We know what that is. Especially when it's not being reciprocated. You will suffer. Oh, I suffered. I lost my gifts. But as soon as I took it back and I started to be treated bad, he got into a little accident. The same thing happened a few months prior to that. His thoughts on me were all wrong, so he got speeding tickets. Like, I don't know when they'll learn to stop messing with us, but I don't know. to appreciate us. They think that we think we're above, or like we're above. Like my daughter said something to me, and I used to feel some sort of way about it because it was like it was unbelievable, and it was just a concept until it started happening. She said, "Mom, I don't think I'm better than everybody, but I know I'm better than them." And in some aspect, it's not even a better, it's you're powerful. You have a different purpose to be here. And that may look like nothing or minute to people or whatever, but you will know you've suffered. You'll know them by their fruits. You know, do their children love them? Do their children come to them? Do people come to them to cry when they need to let it out? Are they kind in your time of like trauma and your time of weakness? Are they kind to you? Can they just sit with you? Are they kind to animals, especially your animals chosen? If you have an animal right now, please use your animal for discernment as well. Your animal will tell you if this person is good or not. If I see my dog cower at somebody when they move, that means that person has hurt them. That's another gift that some of us are going to have. We're going to be able to talk to animals. People think it's like literally like we're having like an English conversation. Communication goes beyond language, especially if you're a Blu-ray, you know this. Like we speak in light code. It's not even about these words. It's about what you're getting in between the words. That's why some people, if we, like Sarah says, if we breathe wrong, it's kind of like, whoa. It's because they have something deep and dark inside them that they don't want to address, or that they don't even want near them. And that's okay. I would always wonder how certain gurus would pick and choose. It's not picking and choosing, it's who chooses you. Like, remember the story with Christ? Like, the woman who touched his garment, like, she believed. It was the people that believed. It was their belief that made it happen. That's what he was trying to say. It was them that were making the miracles happen, not him. He was just a model of the role, showing them what they could do. But because of idol worship and false idol worship, what's happening now, that's a whole nother story. My girl Love Naya talks about it all the time. I always post about her. Like, because of idol worship, people would rather listen to somebody, a talking head, than listen to each other, or better yet, themselves. So this is already getting on 22 minutes, and I want that sun to stay out as long as I'm out. So I'll let you guys know how my mission goes today. I'm sure it'll go amazing, because that's my intent. Stay peace, stay love, stay light, stay diligent, and do not turn that light off for anybody. Just like the lampstand, put it high up there in the window so they can all see it. It's our time.